Hi guys, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making ham pot pie. Alright guys, I'm starting out here with my big Tefal pot, and I'm going to turn my heat on to medium. We're going to get that warming up a while. Now I'm going to start by adding my ham. And I have 1 pound of ham that I diced up in small cubes. These were 2 ham steaks. I have 1 onion and 1 stalk of celery I diced up. That's going in. I have 4 potatoes that I diced up. They're going in. Now guys, if you don't like potatoes, you can leave them out. Whatever you don't like, you can leave out. I'm going to add in 4 cups of water. I know I'm going to need more. Let me go get some more water. Okay, I'm going to add in 4 more cups of water. That's giving us about 8 cups of water. I think I'm going to go for about 2 more for 10 cups. Okay, now that I have my water, I'm with just 10 cups of water. If you use a smaller pot, you're going to use less ingredients and water. I'm going to add in my seasonings. I'm going to first start by adding a little bit of salt. I'm only going to go for about a teaspoon because we're adding other seasonings in here that are salty. I'm going to add in some black pepper. I'm going to go for about a teaspoon of that. And guys, this could very easily be converted to ham and bean soup if you would just throw in some navy beans or Great Northern beans. Now I have some of this Goya ham flavored concentrate. This stuff is awesome, guys. You find this in your ethnic food department in your grocery store. This gives good smoked ham flavor. I'm going to add in 4 packs for now. And then when this gets boiling, I'll taste it to see if I have to add a little more in. And the reason I know it's to start with 4 is because I've made ham and bean soup lots of times in a pressure cooker, and I always started out with 4. Now this one here is a little hard, but that's fine. That'll work just fine for us. I'm going to get my other 2 in there. Dexter, what are you doing? He's talkative because it's time to feed him. I got to get him food. Now I'm going to grab a spoon and I'm going to stir this up around. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up to a boil. Then I'm going to reduce it down to medium to a gentle boil. And I'll taste it for seasoning once it comes up to a boil. Alright guys, now that my potatoes and vegetables and ham base came up to a boil and I turned it down, and I had to add a little more salt and it was perfect on the ham base and perfect on pepper. I have in a bowl in here, I have 1 egg, 1 cup of water, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Now this is my mom's recipe for pot pie. It's fairly simple and it's really delicious. I'm just going to go ahead and blend everything together in there. You just want to mix everything up equally. Dexter's happy because while I was waiting for that to come to a boil and stuff, I took him in to feed him water, him and my parakeet, so everybody's happy. Okay, now I have some flour here. What you want to do is you want to add in your flour so it gets to a nice dough consistency. This is a 2-cup scoop. What, Dexter? And you just want to keep adding flour till you get to the right consistency of dough. Now guys, if you want, you could buy the already made pot pie squares and put them in. That's fine if you're in a rush or you're really not too handy in the kitchen, but if you know how and can take the time, homemade pot pie is just so much better than the store-bought stuff. And guys, as you see, that 1 cup of water and salt and egg makes a lot of pot pie dough. And I think this is all I'm going to be able to make because I don't have a lot of flour. I didn't know I was so low on flour, I would have bought more. So we're only going to make this 1 batch of pot pie. And it's starting to come together good. What, Dexter? More flour, guys. You just want to get it so it's not real sticky, because if it's real sticky dough, it's not going to be a pleasure to work with. Alright, now let me move this over to the side here. And I'm going to take a little bit of flour and I'm going to put it down on my rolling mat here, guys. So our flour don't stick, or our dough don't stick. Let me grab my rolling pin, guys. Just want to give that a light dusting. I'm going to grab a little bit of my pot pie dough. And guys, let's hope I have enough flour because this is pretty sticky and I'm almost out of flour. So let's hope for the best and expect the worst. A little more flour on that. Now what you want to do is you want to roll out your dough. Alright guys, now that I managed to get my pot pie dough rolled out, I'm just going to take a butter knife. You don't want to use a sharp knife if you have silicone mat like this. And I'm just going to cut it into squares. And I'm going to go ahead and lay this right down into my broth I have over here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mix the rest of my, cut the rest of my pot pie up and get it in here. And when you put it in, guys, you want to stir because you don't want raw pot pie dough laying against raw pot pie dough or it's going to stick and make a dumpling. Alright guys, now that I got all my pot pie in here, I'm going to add in some parsley. And I have this down on low. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let this simmer for about 15 or 20 minutes. So that pot pie cooks through and this thickens up. And guys, I ran over Chantel's house. She's my niece that lives next door. And I stole a little flour out of her cupboard. She's not home. But she won't mind because she'll be eating supper over here tonight. So I'm going to let that simmer for about 15 minutes and then this will be ready to go. Alright guys, I let this simmer for about 15 minutes. My pot pie's cooked through. It's ready to go. Let's go ahead and fix up a plate and see what we got. Alright guys, let me get in here and give this a try. What, Dexter? Pot pie's tender, cooked through, picked up that good ham flavor from that ham base. Potatoes are tender, not mush. Try some ham. Guys, that's really delicious. Nothing beats homemade pot pie. Alright, there you have it guys. Ham pot pie. Give it a try. Thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see ya.